Welcome to Sci Discovery Chronicles. Today, we're exploring one of the most fascinating functions of the human brain: memory. It's something we rely on every moment of our lives, from recalling what we ate for breakfast to reliving childhood memories. But how does it actually work? How do we store and retrieve information? And what happens when memory fails us, when we forget things, or when disorders like Alzheimer's take hold? In this video, we'll take you on a journey deep into the science of memory. We'll unravel the mysteries behind how our brains encode, store, and retrieve information. You'll learn about the brain's incredible ability to retain details for years, yet at times forget things within minutes. We'll also dive into memory disorders, why we forget, and what modern science is doing to help us understand and improve memory. So get ready to unlock the hidden secrets of your mind and gain a deeper understanding of how memory shapes who we are. The anatomy of memory. Memory is an essential part of human cognition, but to fully understand it, we need to start with the basics. How does the brain process and store memories? Memory formation involves multiple areas of the brain, each playing a unique role. The most critical regions for memory are the hippocampus, the amygdala, and the cortex. Think of the hippocampus as the brain's memory librarian, cataloging and organizing information for long-term storage. The amygdala, on the other hand, deals with emotional memories, such as those tied to fear or joy. Finally, the cortex is where memories are stored for the long haul once they've been processed and filed away by the hippocampus. When you experience something new, your brain processes the information and stores it as either a short-term memory or a long-term memory. Short-term memories are held temporarily, like a mental clipboard. Think of remembering a phone number for just a few seconds. But if you keep using that phone number, your brain may transfer it into long-term memory, where it can remain for years, even a lifetime. One of the most intriguing aspects of memory is neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to adapt and change over time. When you form a new memory, your brain creates new connections between neurons, known as synapses. The more you practice or recall a memory, the stronger these connections become, allowing the memory to be more easily retrieved. This is why repetition and practice are so important when learning new information. How we remember. Remembering is an active process, not just a passive storage of information. Our ability to recall memories relies on three fundamental stages: encoding, storage, and retrieval. Encoding is the first stage, where we convert sensory input, what we see, hear, feel, and experience, into a memory. The brain doesn't record things like a video camera. Instead, it takes the most relevant aspects of an experience and encodes them into memory. For instance, when you meet someone new, your brain might focus on their name, appearance, and voice, but it might not store details like the exact color of the sky or background noise. The next stage is storage, where the encoded information is either stored in short-term or long-term memory. Information that isn't deemed important often fades quickly, but crucial or emotionally charged information is stored more securely. Finally, there's retrieval, which allows us to access stored memories. This is where things get really interesting. Sometimes, memories can feel crystal clear, like you're reliving the moment. Other times, memories are hazy or fragmented. This happens because retrieval isn't perfect. It's influenced by everything from stress to attention. Our memories are constantly being reconstructed and influenced by new experiences, which is why they can change over time. The mechanisms of forgetting. So, why do we forget? If memory is so important, why isn't it more reliable? The truth is, forgetting is a natural part of the memory process, and it happens for several reasons. One theory is the decay theory, which suggests that memories fade over time if they aren't used. Just like muscles weaken without exercise, memories weaken if they aren't revisited or reinforced. Another reason we forget is due to interference, where newer memories disrupt the retrieval of older ones, or vice versa. Think about how it can be hard to remember your old phone number after you've had a new one for a while. This is an example of retroactive interference. Then there's retrieval failure, which happens when the memory is there, but we just can't access it. Have you ever had something on the tip of your tongue but couldn't quite remember it? That's retrieval failure. The memory exists, but it isn't being pulled from storage correctly. Forgetting isn't always a bad thing, though. In many cases, it's a protective mechanism, allowing our brains to filter out irrelevant information and focus on what's most important. Memory disorders and what we can learn from them. While forgetting is normal, some people experience severe memory loss due to disorders. One of the most well-known is Alzheimer's disease, a degenerative brain condition that leads to memory loss, confusion, and cognitive decline. Alzheimer's damages neurons and disrupts communication between brain cells, making it harder for patients to form new memories or recall old ones. But Alzheimer's isn't the only memory disorder. Other conditions, such as amnesia, can result from brain injuries or trauma, affecting the ability to form or recall memories. Post-traumatic stress disorder (PTSD), for example, often causes individuals to relive memories of traumatic experiences, which can distort their overall memory processing. By studying these disorders, scientists have learned a great deal about how memory works. For instance, understanding the damage caused by Alzheimer's has led researchers to identify potential treatments that could slow memory loss and improve brain function in patients, enhancing and improving memory. The science of memory doesn't just focus on why we forget, it also explores how we can enhance our memory capabilities. So, how can you improve your memory? One of the most effective strategies is something called spaced repetition, where information is reviewed at increasing intervals over time. This technique strengthens the neural connections in your brain, making it easier to recall information later. This is why cramming for exams doesn't work as well as consistent study sessions over weeks or months. Another key factor is sleep. During sleep, particularly in the deep stages, your brain consolidates memories. This means that a good night's rest can make it easier to retain information and access it later. Exercise also plays a role in memory enhancement. Physical activity increases blood flow to the brain, promoting the growth of new neurons and improving memory retention. Engaging in activities like reading, puzzles, or learning a new skill can also help keep your brain sharp and your memory in top condition. The future of memory research. As science advances, researchers are constantly discovering new ways to understand and manipulate memory. From developing drugs that could boost memory to researching brain-computer interfaces, the future of memory research is full of possibilities. One promising area of research is in memory prosthetics, which involve implanting devices into the brain that can help store and retrieve memories. While this may sound like science fiction, early trials have shown that it's possible to artificially stimulate certain parts of the brain to enhance memory function. Another groundbreaking field is neurofeedback training, where people can learn to control their brain activity through real-time feedback, potentially improving memory retention and reducing the risk of memory disorders. The science of memory is a window into one of the most complex and mysterious aspects of our brains. From the way we encode, store, and retrieve memories to the reasons we forget, memory defines so much of who we are. While memory disorders remain a challenge, advances in research and technology are giving us new tools to understand and potentially improve how we remember. Thank you for watching Sci Discovery Chronicles. We hope you've enjoyed this deep dive into the world of memory. Be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more fascinating explorations into the science that shapes our lives.